Welcome to Season 5, Episode 8 of COMMCast. I'm your host, Ryan Forrest. COMMCast is a production of the Longwood University Communication Studies Department and the COM 434 CommLab class. This show is dedicated to highlighting the Longwood and Farmville communities. So let's get started. Joining us on set today is Lauren Barrineau, president of Alpha Sigma Alpha on campus. Greek life provides ways of personal growth through leadership and friendship, allowing its members to develop skills that are valuable in their personal and professional lives. Lauren, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So what initially drew you to join a sorority, and why did you choose the one you're a part of?
So I'm a first-generation college student, so I didn't really know what a sorority was before coming to college. But initially I met a bunch of amazing women as soon as I came to campus, and the friendships that I gained after meeting them kind of just pushed me to take the leap and join a sorority. And then going through recruitment, it kind of became apparent to me that the connections I had made within Alpha Sigma Alpha were stronger than any other place that I'd been to.
Okay. How has being in Greek life shaped your college experience compared to what you expected before joining?
I think that if I didn't join a sorority, definitely wouldn't have made as many friends and pushed myself to grow as much as I have. I never saw myself being in a sorority, definitely not being president of one. So definitely the growth that I've made since being in has definitely made the experience worth it.
Okay. What are some of the biggest misconceptions people have about Greek life?
I feel like since we're at such a small campus, definitely rumors and stuff that go around, hazing, and people think that we're just we're just a sorority girl or a fraternity guy. There's a lot more to us than the stereotype that people place on us.
Okay. So Greek life is known for creating strong bonds. Can you share a memorable moment that exemplifies sisterhood in your sorority?
So my sophomore year, right after I rushed that winter before, I lived in Stubbs Residency Hall. And I think being able to live there really just shows what sisterhood is. It's a year of sleepovers all the time, being with your pledge class, and really making those memories and getting to grow connections with people that you wouldn't have unless living there, which was nice.
Nice. Can you tell us a little bit about your growth that you've seen in yourself?
Like I said, I'm president of my sorority. I'm very big people pleaser. I feel like since being president, I've grown a lot and created a lot of leadership qualities that I wouldn't have made without taking the leap and being president. It took a lot for me to put myself out there the first time, especially the first time I ran for a position. So it's nice to actually have support and stuff that I wouldn't have had without being in a sorority. So definitely being able to push myself and feeling more confident within myself.
Okay. So as sorority president, what are some of the biggest challenges you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Like I said, I'm a really big people pleaser, so definitely having to put my foot down and being no, this is how we're going to do things. I think that's been really challenging for me, but it's also made me grow a lot and become a lot stronger in my opinions and more confident within myself. So definitely learning that you're not going to make 54 girls happy all the time has probably been one of the biggest challenges, but it's definitely been worth it in the long run.
How has Yik Yak affected kind of sorority life?
I feel I don't know how it is at other schools, but I feel Yik Yak is a really big social media outlet for a lot of people. I think that there's a lot of lies that are spread on the platform, which kind of is a bummer. But at the end of the day, it's definitely been hard because normally they all come up right before recruitment or right after, and it definitely puts all of the Greek life chapters in a bad spotlight, but I think that if people really get to know us and what we stand for, it kind of helps debunk those myths.
What has been your proudest accomplishment as sorority president?
I think ultimately every day there's something that I'm proud of, within my chapter, and especially about myself. I would have never seen myself being chapter president, so I think that actually being elected was something that I'm really proud for. And this summer I got to go to our ASA National Convention in Kansas City, so being awarded the Aspire Chapter Award was something that was a really big proud moment for me because it was my report that I had put in, the reports that the rest of my exec committee like put in. So it was nice to see that all of the work we actually do like pays off at the end.
Okay, that's great. So I know that you're doing a podcast on Greek life. So what inspired you to kind of choose that as your topic?
So I'm taking COM 460 right now with Professor Stouffer, and it's part of our assignment, but I wanted to pick Greek life just because I feel like, for me at least, like I would have been nice to have someone to put it into real perspective for me so it wasn't as like scary. Because like at Longwood, we are not a big school, we're not like Bama, so it's not like Bama Rush or anything like that. Like there's not thousands of people going through recruitment, it's maybe 100 if that. So it's nice, I feel like I wanted to put it in a more personal perspective and share my stories to kind of encourage people about what Greek life really is like at a small school versus a big campus.
Okay. And what message do you hope to share with your listeners?
Just that it's okay to be scared, and Greek life is something that can change your life for the better, and that I think that everyone should step out of their comfort zone and take the leap and just try it. Because at the end of the day, the worst that's going to happen is you're not going to like it. But you could gain so many friendships and memories down the road that you wouldn't have before.
How has your major as communications kind of helped you express yourself?
I think that the classes I've taken, definitely being like a public relations concentration, has kind of put into perspective like what like social media marketing should look like and the tactics that we learn like within class. I think that's definitely helped me grow my podcast and that kind of thing, and like the social media aspect. Without that, I wouldn't know exactly what to do.
Okay. How did your personal experiences in Greek life shape the direction and tone of your podcast?
I feel like for me, I've had very positive interactions with Greek life, so obviously it's going to put it into a more upbeat tone, and the stories that I have are always positive ones because I haven't had any negative experiences. But I mean, to each is their own, and everyone's going to have a different perspective and a different story. But I feel like my interactions within the Greek life community as a whole, inside and outside of my chapter, have really made me realize that there is such a positive momentum to Greek life versus a negative one.
Okay. Okay, let's take a quick break and we'll be back with COMMCast Trivia. It's time for everyone's favorite segment, COMMCast Trivia. For the first question, in what year did the first sorority Alpha Delta Pi establish its first chapter?
1851.
Let's see. That is right. For the second question, which organization is known for its role in promoting the interests and welfare of sororities and fraternities in the United States?
National Panhellenic Council or Conference.
Let's check and see. That would be right. That's 2 for 2 right there. And what is the primary purpose of most sororities and fraternities in the context of community involvement?
Gosh, I don't know. Just like to try to be involved.
Let's see. Not quite. But we do have another question. Which social media platform is used by all Greek organizations to promote events and share their activities with members in the community?
Instagram.
Let's see. You got a 75. You got 3 out of 4 right. Thank you to Lauren for joining us today. Thanks to everyone with CommLab behind the scenes, and thank you for watching. Join us live next Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. on YouTube for another episode of CommCast.